Hello, thank you for stopping to watch my video. I want to teach as many U.S. business owners, U.S. entrepreneurs, U.S. Franchise owners, and 1099 income earners how they can save 90% on federal income taxes and in 43 states no longer pay state income taxes legal with the Spendthrift Trust. I like to tell people if you make $100,000 in 1099 income, I will save you five figures in taxes yearly. It doesn't matter if you file single, head of household, married separately, or married jointly, you will save five figures in taxes. The more you make, the more you save with the Spendthrift Trust. It's legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. It comes from England way back when King Henry VIII, that famous king who chopped off his wives' heads, started the Church of England so he could divorce them. Woohoo, what a swell guy. When he went to go tax the lords and ladies of England, they went back to the 12th century, to the Magna Carta, and said, oh, no, King Henry VIII, you can't do this. This is contract law. It came to the colonies while we were still part of England. The law firm I work on behalf of inherited a trust that will turn 350 years old in 2026, before we were a country. Our current tax structure went into effect February of 1913, and the super rich families of 1913, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, and the Kennedys, made sure they could save taxes. Guess what? If they can save taxes, we can save taxes. Hi, my name is Sally Gimmon, and I'm the owner of www.thetrustisyou.com. My personal story, 2018, my mom got sick 2,000 miles from home. My parents drove from Goodyear, Arizona to Charlotte for my oldest nephew's wedding. I'm working in Phoenix as a Medicare broker. Worst job in the world because people are mad at you when you take money from their Social Security, as if I decided to do that. No. And I couldn't get the time off because the wedding was October 27th, and that's during open enrollment. My dad calls me the Thursday before the wedding saying my mom's in the emergency room. Do not change my flight. I fly out Friday night from Sky Harbor Airport, 11 o'clock at night, land in Charlotte, 7:20 in the morning. The groom, his younger brother, and my dad meet me at Douglas Airport. We go out to breakfast, IHOP. The two boys go home. My dad takes me to the hospital to see my mom. I walk in on the priest giving my mom last rites. I was not ready for that. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I go to a church wedding. We go to a country club. I ate too much. I drank too much. I danced too much. I had a fabulous time at the wedding. Next day, my sister-in-law puts on this amazing buffet for all the out-of-town people. 12:30 in the afternoon, my dad taps me on the shoulder and says, Sally, get your stuff. I'm going to take you back to see your mom, and then I'm going to drop you off at the airport because I had to be back at work at 6 a.m. Arizona time the Monday of the wedding, after the wedding. My mom's first bill to be in the hospital, emergency room, and 1 month on a ventilator, she ended up having septic in the blood, was $72,000. I'm standing in my mom and dad's kitchen. I know that everything's being done for her. My dad was 27 years in the military. They have TRICARE for life, and she's taken care of. I'm standing in their kitchen. I have a $10,000 deductible on my health insurance. I have 2 car payments and 1 car because the gentleman who T-boned my car and totaled it had no insurance. I have student loans because I went to graduate school. I have a mortgage, and I hate my job. Right then and there, my mom and dad's kitchen, I call my friend Glenn, who invited me to a real estate meeting earlier in the year. And I said, Glenn, I need to change my life. He's like, Sally, this coming Saturday, we're having a potluck dinner. Bring some food and meet my fellow real estate investors. I pulled on my big girl pants. I actually met my third cousin. My grandmother was his grandmother's sister, and they came to the United States, and it was kind of funny. When I heard his name, I'm like, "Oh, are you from Donegal?" And he's just like, "Yes, that's where my grandmother's from." And we found out we were third cousins. So, in 2019, with my mentor, I wholesaled 7 properties nationwide, paid off all my debt, and had $50,000 saved. COVID strikes. On April 1st, my 3 notes did not pay me. I had no money coming in. On April 4th, my CPA calls and says, "Congratulations, Sally. You made so much money in 2019. Your tax bracket went from 22% to 24%, and you owe $94,000 in capital gains." I only have $50,000 saved. He's like, "Don't worry. Set up an appointment with me. I'll put you on a payment plan. You'll have interest and penalties, but we'll get you this worked out." I'm like, "That's your solution?" My solution was to research how the rich save taxes. It took me 5 months. In September of 2020, I started both my business and Beneficial Spendthrift Trust with the law firm I now am a representative for. Paul Benson was a Harvard law professor who wrote 5 specific trusts to save specific taxes. The business trust is for anyone making 1099 income. They will save 90% on federal income taxes and no longer pay state income taxes year after year, generation after generation. The beneficial trust is for all U.S. investors to stop paying taxes on profits year after year, generation after generation. You'll stop paying capital gains when you sell at a profit. You'll stop paying interest income taxes if you're a passive investor. You'll stop paying dividend income taxes if you're in the stock market. You'll stop paying rental income taxes if you're a real estate investor. And you'll stop paying royalty income taxes if you have talent or NFTs. The third trust he wrote is the charitable trust, or the 501c3 company. Several of my clients who have saved thousands of dollars in taxes have the charitable trust because they want to give back to their community. The fourth trust he wrote, the Mineral Rights Trust. I've only sold one of those. One of my beneficial trust clients inherited his granddad's horse farm in Oklahoma. On the horse farm, there are 6 functioning oil wells, and the revenue from the oil wells go through the Mineral Rights Trust. So if you have oil, if you have shale rights, coal rights, or oil rights, that's the Mineral Rights Trust. And then the 5th trust is the Senior Trust. This is a blind trust for anyone over 65 who's incapacitated. Maybe they have dementia or they had a stroke. They're not in charge of the money. Somebody else is in charge of the money. So today's example is the business trust. It's one of my favorite examples because a client saw a TikTok video. He's a chiropractor in upstate New York, has 2 offices. He's just like, "Can you help me?" I'm like, "Of course I can help you." He started in 2024. He started in June of 2024. So this is why I've broken it down. With the money, excuse me, I still have my cold. In 2026, he's going to save $76,225 if he's not made any more money since we talked in 2024. Just so you know, 90% on federal income taxes is saving him $59,394. And then New York State income taxes is an additional $16,831. So for the full year, it's $76,225, or per month, it's $6,352. He's saving every single month with the Business Spendthrift Trust. Now, when I spoke to them back in June of 2024, his wife just got her broker license to be a real estate broker. I said, "You can, you're going to set this up that you can save 90% on your broker information and also not pay New York State income taxes." She's like, "That's amazing." They can use this money to put back into their businesses, to pay off their mortgage, buy a new vehicle, take the family on a well-deserved vacation, give to their favorite charity, or save for retirement. It's their decision. Now, his decision, what he plans to do, I had sent him information saying from the numbers you gave me in 2024, this is how much you're going to save in 2026. He writes back to me and he says, "I'm planning on selling my 2 businesses. I want to retire." I said, "The business trust saves you 1099 income. If you want to save the capital gains, or if you do seller financing on your 2 chiropractic businesses, you would need the beneficial trust." And so we talked about that. Long-term capital gains are either 15 or 20% if he outright sells it. If he does seller financing where someone is paying him, I'm making this up, $10,000 per month for a note for 10 years, that's interest income taxes. He's like, I don't plan to do this until 2027, but thank you for letting me know because I do want to save the taxes on that too. Now, in the state of New York, if he did not have the Beneficial Spendthrift Trust, the money that he sells from capital gains or the money from seller financing is also taxed as personal taxes that he would have to pay there too. That's why he's going to look at the beneficial trust. Again, if you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, a franchisee owner, a 1099 income earner, you will save 90% on federal income taxes and no longer pay state income taxes in 43 states. The 4 ways you're going to save. You're going to save taxes year after year, generation after generation, and leave a legacy. Who doesn't want to leave a legacy? Besides, who doesn't want to save taxes? Number 2, you're going to keep your information 100% private. The chiropractor was set up as in an LLC. LLCs, S Corps, and C Corps are on the state level. The trust is on the federal level. Anyone can go online to the Secretary of State or the Corporation Commission 24/7 and research the name of the LLC, S Corp, or C Corp, or by the person's name, and 40% of them get sued every year. You make more money gambling in Las Vegas. 3rd way you save. All lawsuits become frivolous and go away. Can't stop you from being sued, but all your assets in the trust, you can't get blood from a stone. And the 4th way you're going to save. Every October, the IRS goes back. If you're on Medicare, every October, the IRS goes back 2 years. So 2026, they're going to look at 1040 tax returns and add everything together. How much you're getting from Social Security, how much you're getting from pension, how much you're making from wages, how much you take from 401k withdrawal, how much you take from a SEP withdrawal. You have capital gains, interest income taxes, rental income taxes, dividend income taxes, or royalty income taxes. These are 2025 numbers because they haven't come out with 2026 yet. But if you're single and make more than $106,000, or if you're married filing jointly and make more than $212,000, they're going to put a surcharge on parts B and D of Medicare. It doesn't matter which trust you get, you will file a 1041 tax return. We have an entire team that works with you. We introduce you to CPAs we vetted and know that they'll do the right thing for you. You'll file a 1041 tax return, and when they go back to check, they don't check 1041 tax returns. So if you want to save taxes, keep your information completely private, all lawsuits become frivolous, and not worry about the IRMA surcharge, you need to set a 30-minute tax breakthrough session with me at www.thetrustisyou.com/scheduling. I hope you enjoyed learning from this. I'm going to continue doing this for the next for 30 days. Take care.